Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rosa. Welcome. I make beauty videos once a week on Mondays at 8 AM Pacific time. I mostly like to target my videos for light olive skin, but my channel in general is about beauty, whether that's makeup reviews, makeup tips, all of that. This is a video that I like to throw once a month and it's called Makeup and Chat, where I just put on some makeup and chat about random things in life, and that opens the door to start conversation with you guys in the comments. So if that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell notification so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. If you have been watching my videos, you know that this is not normally my voice. I sound very congested because I am, thanks to seasonal allergies. Recently in California we've had a lot of wind going on, and so the wind, picks up the pollen, and it's been a struggle for me. All this to say, don't mind my nasally voice. Also, today is day 3 of my hair and it's not doing so hot anymore. My mom recently cut my hair into like layers to kind of give me some volume, and it seems like it's looking a little better. It's helping some of my curls come back, but I'm still negotiating with my hair to make it look as decent as possible and come up with an easy and practical hair routine that I can do. I'm gonna start to prime my face. I should back up and start by saying that I no longer use any kind of heat on my hair. If you saw my previous hair routine, you would see that I used a little bit of a curling iron to curl some of my hair, but I no longer do that. So I've been wanting to revive my curls back, and I've tried everything from haircuts to different products, and I think I finally landed on a good brand. While I let that primer sit on my skin, I'm just gonna work on my eyebrows right now. I look forward to the day that I can have an audience and start conversations. Each person has their own reasons as to why they come onto YouTube, but for me, I think like one of the things that attracts me the most is having conversations with people. Even before YouTube, I was very present online when I was very active on an art website called DeviantArt. But for me, the things that I enjoy the most, obviously I was there to mainly do some art, but I just love the interaction I had with other people, and I got to make long-term friends from being there. Especially with the pandemic, it made me realize how important it is to be social. I see that my channel is slowly growing and I'm excited, but there's still like crickets on the comments. There's not a lot of comments that I still get. If you come across this video, just leave an emoji. Leave me your favorite emoji. That would be enough. I think another reason why I look forward to having people comment on my videos is so that I can get an idea of what my audience wants from me. Because to be very honest with you, I have been struggling with just creativity in general. Hopefully one day I get to come up with some original things, some original content here in my channel. And I know that with beauty it's very challenging because you can only do so many looks and tutorials, and my channel also is not about reviewing 100 different products every single time I upload a video. I don't want to give into consumerism that much, and even if I did, I don't have the space. So I have to find ways to make my channel as unique as possible, but also helpful. Of course, I want to bring content that is helpful for other people. I know you probably are thinking that I have enough eyebrows, I don't need to put anything else, but this is how I like it. I do like filling them a little bit more with brow powder. I was looking through some of my foundations and I didn't want to keep using the same ones. I was gonna go with this one here. This one is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I haven't used this one in a while. This one I got like 2 years ago. But because it's water-based, I didn't know how well it was gonna mix with the primer that I have. So I'm gonna be using the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage. This one is in 1.05, warm olive, but fair. So I know it's gonna be too light for my skin. It's got the right undertone, but it's just gonna be too light. And I don't want ghost face. So I'm gonna use a tiny little bit of these e.l.f. Mix to Match Adjuster. It just adds a little bit of warmth to it. Of course, wouldn't be my video without me dropping something. It's sitting very weird on my skin right now. Oh, it's looking dry. I am not about matte, super matte, just because my skin is on the drier side. Alright, I think I have to work quickly with this foundation. It sets really fast. I recently went to e.l.f.'s website. I think that this one has been discontinued because I no longer saw it on the page, which it is. If it is the case, I'm gonna be pretty sad about that because now I'll have to see. I now have to find another product, and I'm sure I won't find it for that price. I can tell my skin is dry, and I think what's gonna make it more challenging is that I don't have the right setting spray. I have the e.l.f. Stay All Night. That one does not really give me much of a glow or anything like that. Going back to the same topic I discussed earlier, I'm really struggling with creativity. It's been a little hard for me to also feel motivated. I have felt ill lately, and my anxiety has kind of come back. That's never fun. Normally with the winter weather, my mood kind of goes down, but I have to say that lately it hasn't been that bad outside. We've had really sunny days. It feels like spring came early, so I can't really complain. It just sucks, especially as a mom, when you have to take care of your child or children. As a mom, you don't get any sick days. It's not like I'm staying home all day. I'm actually working part-time with my husband. The good thing is that I do have my mom to help. I've been trying really hard to push myself. I feel like I need like a calendar or like a journal of some kind where I can write down like my goals for, you know, the day or the week. That way it kind of keeps me on track, because if I don't plan anything, I don't get anything done. If anybody has any tips on like how to stay productive, especially if you have children, please let me know in the comments. I do have a history of anxiety and depression, so that makes it a little bit extra challenging because it's so easy to fall on that hole again. And then with the restrictions that are still going on, I have not really had any chance to go out and meet other friends that I've met like online. I am hopeful that things will eventually go back to a more normal. I'm not sure how much I want to say, but I do have something cool coming up that involves another person that I met online in the same olive skin community. I'm gonna leave the person as a surprise on the video that we are both working on. It just makes me super excited to collab for the first time with somebody. Stay tuned for sure by, of course, subscribing to my channel. Even though the foundation is pretty matte, using these e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, it has a very forgiving formula. It does not emphasize, you know, the dryness. It can still set your foundation if you need to, and it does add like a little bit of a glow. I should have worked on the eyes first. I was browsing through my collection and trying to pull out things that I haven't used in a while, and I came across the Tati beauty palette. I don't know why, but I'm just digging for a neutral, easy, smoky eye. I'm definitely not going to work with glitter today. Maybe a metallic, but we'll see. These are like my first eye brushes, so I pulled them out. Also, I'll be using this side to apply some of Aura on the matte row to just put a little base down on my face, on my eyes. I wonder if I'm the only crazy person that started a YouTube channel without necessarily being super creative. I didn't come up to YouTube with tons of ideas. I just knew I wanted to get into beauty and just enjoy the process. But when I made the switch of starting to get more serious about my channel, then the pressure really started. So yes, it would really help to have, you know, an audience that kind of guides you as to like what I should do. Alright, before I forget, I'm gonna use this fluffy brush to go into Soothe right here in the matte. With some of the things that happened recently in my life that started making me feel really stressed out, I had to stop uploading on Thursdays because I could no longer keep up with 2 videos a week. But I think another reason why I stopped is because my vlogs were not really something that people were viewing on my channel. Even though I enjoy making them, I might eventually go back to it, or maybe make another channel for it, who knows. I feel like vlogs are sometimes a nice way to know people and like get a glimpse of their life and just get to know the person. I mean, honestly, vlogs were pretty easy to make. It would sometimes just take me a couple of days to film and edit and publish it. But if for some reason you enjoyed them and you wanna see them back, let me know. Without getting into too much details, basically the month of February was the month filled up with a bunch of appointments, like doctor's appointments and Zoom meetings and all of that. And on top of that, like some health issues. I flipped on the calendar for this month and I saw like nothing has been scheduled. It feels liberating. Can't wait to start working again into like my school and getting some of my assignments done. Well, I should say getting the practice done, because the assignments themselves are not hard, but you have to keep practicing before you actually submit your final, you know, homework before you get a grade. Okay, I'm gonna use this e.l.f. nameless brush. It's just kind of fluffy. I'm gonna go into Ritual on the matte, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna start working the darker colors. Also have to remind myself that with school, I am actually taking 2 courses at a time, and I have up to 2 years from the date I started to get them done. So one of them is just like makeup artistry, and the other one is actually learning about skin. So I feel like I really gotta make the effort this year to get most of it done. I do not want to drag this for 2 years. See, I think what makes it the most challenging is like finding people you can meet and, you know, have a time to get those practices done. I am working a lot on my mom's face, but I have to learn to work with other faces too. So I'm trying to remember when I started these like makeup and chat. I know this is the 4th one, but I can't remember if it was the 1st or 2nd video where I told you guys that my favorite drink has always been the chocolate abuelita. But with my luck, I recently noticed that the last few times where I've drinking the hot cocoa at night, I don't know if it's the fact that I'm taking it late at night or the fact that I'm having like 2 huge cups of it, was making me feel really nauseous and sick to my stomach, which had never happened before. So if you don't know this about me, fun fact, not so fun, it's actually very traumatizing, I am emetophobic, okay? It's a very isolating, very misunderstood phobia, even though it's actually pretty common for a lot of people. They just don't like to talk about it. So when those days would happen, I would have a full-blown panic attack. Normally people with emetophobia try to avoid things that might trigger the feeling of feeling sick, but I couldn't stay away from from the hot cocoa. So then I would try again like a couple days or 3 days later, and it happened to me like 3 times. And so after the last time, it was just, I felt really bad, so I stopped taking it for like a couple of weeks. The annoying part about my body is that I was having like typical PMS cravings. So what I did instead is switch 1 little cup of it in the morning, and ta-da! Nothing happened. I felt great. Ever since, I've been taking it in the morning, and I actually like to mix it with maca powder. I'm happy that I can go back to drinking that. I have been debating on making a video like more in depth talking about my emetophobia, like living with emetophobia, what it's been like for me. I've had this for many years, probably more than half of my life by now. It's something that I wish people could talk about more. Number one, so that there could be better therapists out there, and maybe even doctors that could try to understand the phobia and help people out, because I have heard some terrible things out there from people looking for help and not getting the right kind of help. I'm a lot into podcasts, and there's this podcast called Emetophobia Help, and I really enjoy listening to it. I get to relate with other people. It makes me feel a lot less alone. The host of the podcast had emetophobia herself, and then she was able to kind of get cured from it, and she actually became a therapist herself. I think what I'm gonna try to do first is add this one here, sequin. I'm gonna probably use my finger, and then I'll use some of memory on just the corners. So pretty! I hope that the light catches the little sparkle going on. Okay, I apologize. I didn't realize that the battery on my camera had died, so I'm gonna come up a little closer and show you what I was trying to do. Hopefully it didn't ruin this look. I have like this liquid glitter that my mom brought me from Mexico. This is the brand. What I tried first is using like this type of brush and, you know, dipping it into it so that I could try to do like a sort of like a wing liner, and I noticed that it was taking off like the color of the eyeshadow. So what I ended up doing is actually just using the applicator itself, just putting it on the edge of my eyelash. But since I already started on this eye, I'm just gonna do the same thing on my other eye. And I also added just a little bit on underneath as well. Alright, so I'm gonna work on the rest of the face. I don't know why, but I just love the look of like a glowy cheeks. Yeah, I kind of want to go for something dark. This one is the Essence Stay Lip Liner in the shade Because Duh. I was in the middle of doing my lips and I had like a cough attack. My eyes got super red. I was starting to debate if I should use like eye drops, but I'm okay. I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Lash It Loud. Also, I set my face. I realized that a lot of times I forget to set my face with a setting spray, or if I do, I forget to like record it. I hear my baby on the background. She's calling for me, so I have to wrap this up. Alright, just to finish up the look, I am going to line my waterline, my lower waterline as well. I'm gonna get closer so that you can see the look. I hope that you enjoy these type of videos where I just chat and do my makeup. It's kind of like a get ready with me. Don't forget to like this video if you did, and leave a comment below. Let me know what are some of your favorite podcasts that you listen to, or if you don't, tell me what are some of your favorite YouTube channels that you like to watch. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.